What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. Also, hit that post notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Be careful down in the comment section of the videos. A lot of spam, a lot of scammers. I will never ask you to contact me by WhatsApp or Telegram. I also do not invest money for my subscribers, so please be careful. Don't get yourself scammed. If you want up to 12 free stocks, Webull is going to give you up to 12 free stocks when you open a new Webull brokerage account, deposit any amount of money in that brokerage account. They're going to give you up to 12 free stocks. And those 12 free stocks will be worth up to $30,600. There's a link down in the description box of the video. Click on that Webull link. Open up your new Webull account today. Go get that free stock. Go get that free money. Well, guys, I'm here in Boulder, Colorado, visiting one of my very good friends, Coach Prime. But in the midst of my trip, I wanted to make sure I touch base with you guys. It's very important, guys, that we consider our financial freedom and what that financial freedom can offer us from a lifestyle standpoint. See, I talk a lot about lifestyle because I think that's the whole point of financial freedom, is so that you can create a lifestyle that makes sense for you, a lifestyle that'll give you the opportunity to do all the things you want to do. See, I'm here in Boulder, Colorado because I did what? I sacrificed something when I was 30 years old, and I delayed gratification. And I started building my wealth through buying assets that increase in value and create passive income. And then it allowed me at some point in the future, and my future is actually right now, to be able to do the things that really matter to me and not have to worry about how I'm gonna pay for it. And I want that for you guys as well. You guys know I talk about these 4 financial principles that I live by, and I would encourage you guys to live by them as well. Number 1 is live on less than what you make. That's the first principle of building wealth. We got to live on less than what we make because, see, our income is our number 1 tool to build wealth. So if you're making $3,000 a month, you got to live on less than that. And in my personal situation, I was making $30,000 a year when I was 30 years old. And I decided to live on half of that. Now, I know that's not going to work for everybody, but for me, my back was against the wall, and I knew if I didn't take this thing serious, this investing in assets seriously, then I wouldn't put myself in a position to be able to do the things that I'm doing now in my lifestyle, right? The second thing I want you guys to consider is live on a plan, and that's a personal budget. See, if I don't know how much money I got coming in or how much money I got going out, how am I going to ever know how much I need to have left over in order to invest to build wealth? That's where that personal budget comes in. You got to be able to sit down and write down all of your income you got coming in. You write down all your expenses you got going out. And then you got to make that tough decision when you're looking at your expenses. You got to say, are these wants or needs? And for me, in my personal situation, I just cut out the wants and I only spent money on needs. So that freed up a lot of that $30,000 a year for me to be able to start investing. Now, of course, that $30,000 a year went up as I became more valuable for the employer that I was working for at the time. I continued to get raises and bonuses, but that's where I started at, because I get questions all the time from folks saying, hey, I make $30,000 a year, I make $40,000 a year, I make $50,000 a year, and is that enough for me to be able to build wealth? And I always tell people, yes, that is enough for you to build wealth. It's not how much money you make, it's how much money you keep. So let's move on to number 3, which is stay out of debt. And here I'm talking about high interest rate credit card debt, high interest rate loan debt. You gotta stay out of debt, guys. That's the only way you're going to be able to have enough money to be able to invest and build wealth, unless you stay out of debt. And that's the secret, man. We got 2 choices, right? With the money that we make. We can make someone else wealthy, or we can make ourselves wealthy with that money. And when you get yourself into consumer debt, whether it be high interest rate credit card debt or high interest rate loan debt, you're basically making someone else wealthy, right? Because you went out and bought something that potentially is a depreciating asset. It's not building any wealth for you, but that money that you spent, or that money that you've borrowed and spent, you made somebody else wealthy. You're making all of their dreams come true. You need to be redirecting that money to make your own dreams come true. See, you got to stay out of debt, because that debt is going to steal away money that you could be tucking away in investments and building your wealth. And then the last thing you got to do is you got to save and invest. So for me, it was about taking my $30,000 a year at 30 years old and creating a budget around that $30,000 and living on 50% of it. And then taking that other 50% of that 30,000 and doing what? Investing it in assets that would build wealth for me. And then once I started doing that and became a habit for me, I wanted to invest more money. So then I would go out and create some side hustles. And that's where luxury watch sales came about. And that's where I started opening the eBay stores. I started doing real estate investing. I started doing all of those things in an effort to create more income so that I could invest that income and build more assets. Because I get another question a lot from you guys is, hey, I'm on a 9-to-5 job. That's my primary income, but it's not enough. Well, you got to create more income. You got to create some secondary incomes. And then if you do that, you put yourself in a position to really be in a situation where you got more money to invest. Like I said, income is your number one tool to build wealth. So it would behoove you, if you got a primary income that's not sufficient enough to build wealth, then you got to get more income in. You got to get secondary income in. You got to get side hustles in. And then you start taking that side hustle money and you invest it in assets. Assets like the big three: real estate for income, the stock market through paper assets, and then through businesses. Those are the three that I have invested in over the last 25 years that have put me in a position where I can be in Boulder, Colorado, enjoying myself on a long weekend, getting ready to watch Coach Prime and the CU Buffs in their spring game. I'm able to do these types of things because I put myself in a position where I don't have to worry about how I'm gonna pay for it, because my assets pay for it. And I've also created high income skill set that I'm able to generate additional income, part-time, 2 to 3 hours a day, making enough income to do the things that I want to do. But that didn't happen overnight, guys. That took me a while to do that. It took me over 20 years to build my wealth. But you know something? It's worth it. It's worth it. And I know for a lot of you guys out there, you're saying, I don't have 20 years. Well, you don't have to take 20 years, but you're going to have to invest a lot more money if you want to get to financial freedom quicker and faster. You can do it if that's what you want to put your mind to, right? You got to have 3 financial behaviors. You got to have discipline, you got to have consistency, and you got to have patience if you want to build long-term wealth, guys, that create income for you. I think you can do it because I did it, right? I'm a guy who was just like many of you, zero net worth at 30 years old, and just decided one day that, you know something, I'm not going to allow fear to steal my financial freedom from me. My family means more to me than my fear. My lifestyle that I want to have at some point in the future means more to me than my fear. And I just went out there and started doing it. Like I said, I was taking $150 every 2 weeks and investing in my company-sponsored 401k plan. That's how I got started buying paper assets in the stock market, guys. And then once I started doing that and got that behavior, I just kept escalating every time I got a raise. And that's another thing, guys. If you want to make more money on your primary income, you got to become more valuable. Whether you're working for an employer in your own business, the more valuable you are, the more money you make, in my opinion. I learned that when I was 30 years old. And I just kept working on the craft, kept working on my skill set, became more valuable, made more money. So I was able to invest more money and build more assets. You can too. Well, all right, guys, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm going to sign off here from Boulder, Colorado. Look at that beautiful stadium in the background, guys. Like I said, I'm here in Boulder visiting Coach Prime, and I'm looking to have a good weekend. I hope you guys are doing well and have a good weekend as well. Like I said, if you want those 12 free stocks from Webull, click on that link down in the description box. Open up that new Webull account. Go get that free stock. Go get that free money. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing. Share the video. Smash the like button. Thoughts become things. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. And I'm going to catch you on the next video. Peace. If you want up to 12 free stocks, Webull is going to give you up to 12 free stocks when you open a new Webull brokerage account. Put any amount of money in that brokerage account. They're going to give you up to 12 free stocks for just trying out their brokerage app. There's a link down in the description box of the video. Go click on that Webull link. Open up your new brokerage account today. Go get that free stock. Go get that free money.